You took away part of my life being incarcerated. Then you took away my financial means to catch up for that time you put me behind. You haven't been found guilty in a court of law yet. And then even at the end of that, you have fines and court costs, and that takes away from the money that you thought you're going to get back on your feet. So there's this cycle that just repeats itself. We're living paycheck to paycheck, a lot of people, okay? My name is Michael Albert Hoyh. So I was born and raised in the city of Benton Harbor. I graduated from Benton Harbor High School, I want to say the class of 1984. I grew up on Elm Terrace. My passion is medical massage. My father was stricken with polio, like many people were. My father was in an iron lung from the age of 7 to the age of 9. And after that, my father had a full metal leg brace, a back brace, and 2 crutches. My father's feet would, they get what is called hammer toes. And his toes would curl up like this. In order for him to get out of bed in the morning, I would massage his feet and to slowly manipulate the muscles so he could actually slip his foot into his boots, into his brace, so he could get out of bed and go to work and provide for his family. I attended Northwestern College in the city of Chicago, and I was fortunate to do my internship at Cook County Hospital, and that's where I got my credentials and my passion for doing medical massage. I was driving past this church one day, and I saw this lovely lady carrying water out. So I started to talk to her, and I told her I'm the president of the Historical Society, what's going on, and she says, there's water coming into the property here. When I started to have conversations with them, what are you doing to preserve the building? What are you looking to do, to stop this, the water damage of this historical building? They actually relieved the building to our organization, the Legacy Group, and we are in the process of restoring it and bringing it back to the community. That was a blessing. I think the good Lord put us in the right path at the right time, and He made that available to us. And I'm regifting it back to the community. There's been so much that's been taken away from Benton Harbor. This is a possible resource for the community. So I went to this local restaurant. I saw my friend in the window. I was walking by. I just went and started talking with him. The bartender says, "Hey, Michael, are you gonna, do you need a table? Do you want a table? You're just kind of standing around." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm just conversating with my friend here." She asked me to leave. I'm like, "Well, why do I have to leave? I'm just having a conversation." But she goes, "Well, you're not buying any food. You're not buying any drinks." And they said, "You need to leave. You need to leave now." They said they're going to go call the police. So I actually left. I was actually outside, and here comes the police officer. They come over and they talk to me, and they said, "Oh, Michael, these people asked you to leave." I said, "Yes, I've left. I'm outside. I'm walking out back to my car, and I got arrested." So here I am, handcuffed in the back of a police car on my way to jail. So when I was taken to jail here in Berrien County, it was on a Wednesday. This is like a whole new situation to me. And they said that you'll be heard by a judge through a video camera. The judge may or not hear your case by Friday, okay? And then nobody even knows that I'm here. My family didn't know that I was there. After I finally was heard, I had money, okay, in my wallet, but my wallet was taken into evidence. I was never able to get to my wallet. I was never able to post my own bond. Finally, my family posted it. There's 6 days in jail of my life that was taken away. My lawyer actually said, "Michael, it's best that you plead guilty here because, they're looking to go ahead and incarcerate you for this." I went ahead and I pleaded guilty. But, facing the possibility of being incarcerated, okay, and going to jail for 90 days, even more than just a career. I mean, what about your electric bill, your water bill, your rent? I mean, your car payments, all that stuff is tied to all that. And your life just comes to a crashing stop. It would have been even more, traumatic to me. So I took the less of two evils. And when I did actually get out and I talked to my employer, they relinquished me from my job. And then after that, so how do I go to another, either chiropractor or another doctor, or even a spa? It was a hard shift of my life, and I went for months without actually a job. I know people have gone through a lot worse, but to go through that for me, it was traumatic. There's a list of bondsmen that I saw there when I was incarcerated. There's close to 18 bondsmen. Okay, this is an industry. This is a factory. This is a cycle of people's lives that are making a living off of this on bonds. One, you've incarcerated somebody and you haven't been proven guilty. You placed them in jail for X amount of time. Then you took a big chunk of their money and their livelihood. Where's the justice in that? And you haven't been found guilty in a court of law yet. So now you took away part of my life being incarcerated. Then you took away my financial means to catch up for that time you put me behind, because we're living paycheck to paycheck, a lot of people, okay? And if you take someone out of that scenario and then you expect them to retrieve, how are you going to retrieve when you took several thousands of my dollars? And then even at the end of that, you have fines and court costs, and that takes away from the money that you thought you're going to get back on your feet. So there's this cycle that just repeats itself. It's totally all about the Benjamin. It's totally all about the monies. If you don't have the monies for representation, if you don't have the monies even for a bondsman, and let's say perhaps you are a homeless or someone that is just financially strapped. I mean, to be incarcerated for any length of time just because of money, that's just wrong. It's wrong to society, it's wrong to human beings, and it's wrong and an injustice that our court system has come to this point in our civilization that they hold people for ransom for money for a crime that they may not have committed.